Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining Jeff and I today. We're going to talk about the hot topic in the news about Hudson Bay filing for creditor protection.
Hmm.
Sad, sad news. That's been around since what, 1670?
Yeah, it's Hudson's Bay Company
Staple.
has predated Canada,
Yeah,
which was confederated in 1867.
yeah.
So
Seen
it's
a lot of
yeah, even
survived all the hiccups, ups and downs.
even though it's been owned by American investors since what 2008, 2009, I've still thought of it
This,
as, Canada's
yeah.
last big giant retailer since Timothy Eaton Company closed its doors in 1999.
hmm Well, they are closing the flagship in Toronto and in Montreal. They're closing about 80 stores across Canada, but they are keeping open six.
Yeah,
So
but
there's going to
funny.
be three in Montreal, sorry, three in Quebec, three in Toronto.
Yeah, I would argue that flagship is the Queen Street location. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
You might differ,
But
but that
fine.
one's staying open.
Anyway, okay.
Um,
Um, but yeah, they're keeping one open downtown. And they are keeping one open in Yorkdale Mall and one in Richmond Hill. The
yeah,
other three are going to be located in Quebec,
for now,
Montreal.
for
Yeah,
now, for
for
now,
now.
for now.
Yeah. They were also closing three Saks stores and like 13 other Saks outlet stores as well. So they're all like they've got their shopping spree happening now. So anyone that's a Bay shopper, do it now because they're open right now from yesterday till June 15th. And then the stores are supposed to be completely closed by the end of June.
Yeah, and now this isn't unique to just Hudson Bay, right? There are other retailers that have suffered a similar fate.
Yeah, absolutely. We had Target
Hmm.
open for a couple years. That was in and out in like 2 years. There was another one, Nordstrom, that was open for a few years, a few more years, and they closed the doors. Sears Canada,
Hmm.
when did that close? Back
Sears
in
Canada
19.
closed in 2018, and they had been open since 1953.
Hmm.
And Nugent Schneider, who your father had a close personal friendship with the CEO of Sears Canada.
Right. Yes, he did.
He got
Hmm.
him into one of the downtown clubs.
Yeah.
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 We did a webcast, was it 2 years ago about Nordstrom? I think we called it Nordstrom, We Hardly Knew You. And
Right.
they shut down at the Eaton Center, which I walk through almost every day, and it is still boarded up.
Yeah.
So
Sad.
So it's not unique to Hudson Bay. Big box retailers are under fire because people have sought online options to
Right.
purchase their, goods that can
Yeah.
just show up at their front door.
So maybe Hudson Bay just didn't adapt to the online purchasing platforms because they do, everyone kind of turned to Amazon for
Yeah.
the quick turnaround, quick delivery, lower prices, things like that. Or you can go into what is it, Marketplace on social media,
Hmm.
or everyone
Yeah.
has direct purchasing through online. So
Yeah.
maybe they just didn't have a strategy to keep up.
Yeah, they probably tried something, but it just didn't materialize with consumers. And
Hmm.
so they just, they're
Yeah.
facing today's reality. But I myself bought stock in Hudson Bay back in 2016 or 2017. And at the time I did so, all of the analyst research was saying that forget the retail division, the real estate is what you're investing in. Because even
Hmm.
though the stock was trading at, say, 15 to $20, the real estate is worth between 30 and $40.
Right.
So, I mean, it seemed like a bargain to me. I purchased shares and it never materialized. I ended up selling it a few years later for a loss. And you always want to learn from your mistakes, but it's best to learn from other people's mistakes. So learn from my mistake, okay? If the investment thesis to buy a retailer is
Mhm.
that the real estate value is worth more than today's share price, run, because it usually
Right.
doesn't materialize, okay?
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Well, there
Hudson's
was
Bay.
another instance of the same kind of thing with Macy's,
Mhm. Yep,
right? Where
absolutely.
their real estate was valued at what, 5 to 9 billion,
Hmm. And,
and
and
their
and
market cap is 3.7 billion.
yeah, and it's trading where it was in 1995. So if you own
Right.
shares in Macy's for the real estate, you're in the same boat as the Hudson's Bay shareholders.
Right.
And
Right.
before Hudson's Bay went private, right around the pandemic, which I think was around March 2020, they ended up selling their Queen Street location to Cadillac Fairview. And the stock price, it didn't help shareholders because they ended up going private at $11.
Hmm.
I think I bought my stock around 15. And so yeah, watch out believe me, I still think about this. You always learn something when you lose money, and that to
Yeah.
me was the takeaway with the retailer. If you're buying it for the real estate, think twice because
Right.
it just usually doesn't work out. Some companies will spin off their real estate. Like for our clients, we own CT REIT, which is the Canadian Tires real estate, but it's only
Hmm.
the real estate. Okay, we have no exposure to the retail operations. If you're able to spin it out, that's one thing, but it doesn't always work. That's for
Yeah. Yeah. So we still have 6 locations, and it's open till June 15th for all those Bay buyers. Get out there.
sure. Yeah, no kidding. Get out there
Yeah,
and did you ever shop at the Bay when you were younger?
absolutely.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
too. My mom would make use of those scratch and save flyers that
Yeah.
would show up in
You
the in
get the
the
additional 10% off
yeah,
or 20%, that kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Absolutely. That's,
yeah. And then
yeah,
I'd go by
every mom's
myself.
dream.
Yep, I made use of it, but so it's sad to see it go, but
Yeah.
the
But
world
we
is
still have six left,
for
six
now.
stores left for
For
now.
now, Sonny, for now.
Yeah. All right. On
So,
that note, we'll talk to you later.
you got
Thanks,
it.
Jeff.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.